All right, gentlemen, it is that time. 2026 Woodsmen Fantasy Football League. Excited to have fun and build community and share football together again this season. We will be selecting the draft order and just a highlight of a few of the rules. And as always, I hope this helps build relationships and community, and that we can use football and fantasy football as a way to spark our relationship that might create conversations about Jesus, either with each other so that we can lean on each other, or with our buddies at work who may be in a different fantasy football league, but they're, here's my team, you show them your team, and now you have a door to maybe talk to them about Jesus. And so a few highlights of things is make sure you get the ESPN Fantasy app on your phone. Download it, and that's where you will maintain your roster for the newbies. And welcome to all the new guys who are joining, and welcome back to all the veterans and those who have played with us before or in leagues past and are joining our league for the first time. And so the ESPN Fantasy app, right, the blue square. Within that, you can change your roster, you can add players, drop players. There are chat functions, there are polls, there are ways we can interact with each other, again, to build community, and I would encourage everyone to participate in that. It just makes it fun, rivalries and jab each other, but also hopefully again spark some conversations about Jesus. You'll find all the rules in the app on the league info button, and so if you click that, it'll give you all the scoring breakdowns, just to give you an understanding of how the draft will work this year. Again, meeting at Shelby Ray in my house, and she is preparing a great bunch of snacks for us to enjoy, and I know some others are bringing snacks, and so if you have a favorite football day snack or game day snack, bring it with you. Drinks will also be here, but feel free to bring your own drinks as well. And so we're looking to have a good time next Sunday. It will start at 4. If you want, sometime between 3:30 and 4 if you start arriving is okay, not much earlier than 3:30, just to give us time to prepare. Each round will be 2-minute rounds, and so if everyone utilized all 2 minutes of all 15 rounds, we could be here for a couple hours. So just be prepared. And so the roster this year, there'll be 15 places that we select in the draft, 14 of which are players, 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex position, which can be running back, wide receiver, or tight end, 1 defensive team, 1 kicker. Something new we added this year, just to mix it up, is 1 IDP, known as an individual defensive player. So literally any player on a defense you can select, and there is scoring based on their performance that you can find within the app. So you could take the safety from the Seattle Seahawks, but your defensive team might be the Dallas Cowboys. So you will select an individual defensive player. There are 4 bench positions, and then like last year, we have 2 injured reserve or injured list positions. You don't draft those, but those are available to utilize throughout the season if you have an injured player. The 15th position that we're drafting this year is something that we are doing a little different. So we voted on league punishment for last place, and big round for Evan, who handled it so well, who got tarred and feathered right here in the yard. And so this year there will be a pool of punishments, just like there's a pool of players, 25, 30 or so punishments. And one of the rounds, you will actually draft your punishment. And so you have to work it into your strategy. So if you think, man, you get 4 rounds in, 5 rounds in, and you're like, I'm not liking my team, you might select an easier punishment early because you don't feel confident that you'll win, and now you have an easier punishment. The punishments will, like last year, they'll be something that you don't have to risk your job for. You don't have to risk public humiliation as far as something that could hurt your family. Some of it may be publicly humiliating, but and so we'll keep it pretty clean. If you have suggestions for punishments, put it in the comments. We'll add it to the pool. Some that have already been submitted is eat a cold can of soup, which we talked about last year. So literally take a can of Campbell's soup, open it, and eat it just without heating it up or anything. Sit in a Waffle House for 24 hours. That one may be hard since we all have jobs. That's more of like when you're in college, the type of punishments that you get. Maybe you have to wear a shirt to church one Sunday that says, I lost the fantasy football league. Maybe you have to wear a skirt to Walmart when you grocery shop, something like that. And so have some fun with it. Make sure it's something that people will do. And as last year, we all agree that if you come in last and the punishment that you draft, kind of code of honor, brotherhood, men speaking to men, keep the commitment and do the punishment that you draft, and that should be fun. Just a few other rule covers is waivers process like they did last year. So the players are on waivers for 1 day. Those waiver priority is reset each week. If you have more questions about that, we can obviously cover it at the day of the draft. And so if you are, after week 1, if you're in last place, you now have the number 1 waiver priority. If you move out of last place, then the waiver priority reseeds based on reverse order of standings. Trades, so you can trade throughout the season. Once both parties accept the terms of their trade, the entire league has 1 day to review it. So 24 hours from the time that the trade is accepted by both parties. If you do not agree with the trade within the app, you can vote no. You can vote yes for the trade if you're fine with it. It does take six votes to veto a trade, to overturn a trade. So if a trade is accepted by 2 parties, but more than 6 people in the league think it's unfair, as long as 6 votes are submitted in the trade review window, that trade will be overturned by the system, and those players will either have to do it again and hope that people don't veto it, or try a new trade offer. And so that is available. Now, if you don't veto a trade and you don't like it within that 1 day review period, then sort of like don't complain about someone that you didn't vote in an election because you had a chance. And then once we enter into the playoffs, if you're in 6th place or lower, all of your ability to add and drop players and trade players will be restricted. And that's just to help keep it safe. Maybe if you know you're going to come in 9th place, you give up, and that prevents you from just dropping all your players. Because even though your team may not have performed well, you probably have at least a star or 2 on there. And if you just let go of them, now it could be free-for-all for those players, for those who remain in the league. And so that's a few highlights of the rules. And now I've created sheets with our names on them. They're all the same size, going into a clear bowl. Also, we do still have that 14th spot open, so if someone would like to join, in the instance that a 14th team does not join, I would like for us to vote on if we just give an auto draft to a 14th team that will basically just be run by the computer all season long, or we could leave that team completely blank and everyone essentially gets a guaranteed victory at some point in the season when we each individually play Team 14. So we can vote on that at the draft, or if you'd like to submit a comment, that is also fine. All right, everyone's names are in the bowl. Clear bowl, so full transparency. Drafting first, the 2026 Fantasy Football League for Woodsmen is Chris Harnack. Drafting second is Evan Gennard. Third is Dallas Harper. Fourth, Tristan Byer. Fifth is Binky. Sixth is Darren. Seventh is Brendan. Eighth is myself. Man, right in the middle. Ninth is Team 14. Again, if you do have a buddy that wants to join, just share the link of the league, and as long as it's before Sunday, that'll be their draft position, 9th position. If not, we'll vote on if that is just going to be a bye week team or if we actually auto draft the players and have someone to play against. In the 10th spot is Tevin Harper, our reigning champion, who I'm sure will be bringing the belt to make sure we all know that he's the champion of 2025. With the 11th spot is Marcus Brennan. 12th spot is Ethan Clark. 13th spot is Mike Nix, which leaves the 14th spot to Chris Lanier. All right, guys. Sorry, 10-minute video. Tried to make it as quick as possible. Look forward to seeing you Sunday, 4 p.m. The text has the address, but if you need it, just holler at me, and we'll see you then.